We first introduced you to Chad McKay this time last year. His restaurant Aqua was thriving in Seattle despite minimum wage hikes and costly rent. But today he's closed for the second time, just as his restaurant group was able to move back toward profitability. Washington State Governor Jay Inslee announced new restrictions to stave off the most recent surge of COVID in one of the hardest hit states during the pandemic, including no indoor dining through mid-December.
A 4-week closure basically means the rest of the year. And none of our team thinks that we're going to be able to come back or the governor's going to let us open for Christmas and New Year's. And to have to walk out and just see the pain on people's face, just, God, it's hard.
Washington State Hospitality Association projects that this will cost 100,000 people their jobs in that sector alone. McKay also isn't the only one whose fate hangs in the balance here. Recent data from Goldman Sachs shows that more than a third of small businesses say they just don't know if they're going to be able to survive given the current economic situation. Dom?
It's certainly a huge point here, Kate. Hospitality very much in the crosshairs. We also want to ask you about another issue that's facing restaurants and their owners, and that's the minimum wage effect. President-elect Joe Biden says he'll raise it. Starbucks is already increasing pay for its workers. Meanwhile, we learned in some states, many McDonald's employees are among the most getting government assistance like food snaps, SNAP, so to speak, and Medicaid as well. How exactly does the compensation scheme and everything else play into a restaurant's cost structure?
Yeah, Dom, so a lot of chatter about the minimum wage. That study from the GAO is actually prompted by Senator Bernie Sanders finding that both Walmart was one of the top employers of those on those federal benefits nationwide. McDonald's was one of the top 4 employers in just 9 states. McDonald's did push back on the study, according to the Washington Post. We should note, though, Walmart and McDonald's both do pay above the federal minimum wage, which is still at $7.25, has not been hiked since 2009. So no surprise here that Joe Biden would really want to more than double that to $15 an hour by 2026. Whether or not he can get it done is an entirely different story here. A lot of restaurant owners, though, like McKay, who we just saw, they've been dealing and kind of striving and surviving in some cases in the face of these progressive wage hikes around the country. Many cities and states taking that on, their own account to hike pay for workers. So I think it's something the small business community is prepared for. I'll notice, though, that, if this happens while they're continuing to struggle, there's going to be a lot of pushback as well, Tom.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.